Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening. This week I would like to highlight a few stories that we had in our newspapers and our media around the area. So we had, the Reflector ran a story on KC, and they talked about the program and also the Mount St. Helens trip that our students recently returned from. The Reflector also covered the opening of our new Family Resource Center in our school district, and they are having an open house this week on Wednesday afternoon. And there was also another story on PBIS and how students are taught positive behaviors at the beginning of the school year, just like academics. And that was in Our Kids, Our Future, the WASDA blog. Then ClarkCountyToday.com, a new publication, ran an article on the school district's construction bond that's on the November 8th ballot, as did the Reflector on our bond information nights that we have coming up this week and next week. And the Columbian also covered that as well. And speaking of the bond, we've been busy getting information out to our citizens. I counted on my calendar since September 19th, we have done 15 informational presentations, and in the next 2 weeks we have another 12 scheduled. We're doing those for parent groups, civic organizations, staff, and we have the information nights coming up, the public ones, this week and next week. And we've also been sharing the information out on social media as well, and that will continue too. And that's all I have.
Those informational nights for the bond, the public ones, do you know what dates and times those are?
Yes, so the first one is tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at Amboy Middle School. Then we have another one on Thursday, the 13th at 6 p.m. at Prairie High School. Then we have another one on Tuesday, October 20th at 6 p.m. at Battle Ground High School. And the final one is Thursday, October 20th at 6 p.m. at Glenwood High Primary.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Any questions for Ms. Sanders before she leaves? Thank you. The next item on the agenda is our committee reports. Stephanie, you have a report on the lunch committee?
We got an email. Oh, sorry. We have an email that our legislative priorities will be out in the next couple weeks. I think Jessica sent that out. I think it was Jessica. Is that her?
Yes.
Yeah, sent that out on Friday. And then just a reminder to vote. The deadline to vote for the WASDA positions is the 15th.
Thank you.
Add just a little bit, some of us attended the candidates forum, the Chamber of Commerce, and the League of Women Voters learned and heard from the local candidates for office. Interesting, but the one question that we certainly did not address was education. There were no questions about that whatsoever. So, just an interesting
There's
fact.
another candidate forum going on tonight in campus.
In campus.
I doubt it will be addressed there either.
I don't, it's totally avoided.
Well, it is front center in the papers. Spread the court. Yeah. How about the audit committee? You guys meet this week?
Mavis and I met Friday, again at the audit committee, and we went over the board of directors budget and the superintendent budget, and found nothing that was of a discrepancy there. We reviewed quite a few vouchers this time. Mavis, she was really pulling them there. I don't know why, but maybe it was because she wasn't familiar with some of them. As we go along, we get more familiar with them. We don't have to pull them. We realize what they're for. We reviewed the superintendent's timesheet, and that was all fine there. And, I don't think there was anything, went pretty short. I don't think there's anything else.
The only other thing I can think of is Mary Beth gave us a very good lesson on how she tracks all of the items that come across her desk and how some of the ones that we pulled were ones that she actually pulls herself, that she verifies over and over again what goes across her desk. And just her system of responsibility and accountability is pretty impressive. I found that really enlightening.
Any questions for the applicant? You got anything to report, Ken, on that?
Yeah, I have some really good news to report. The BGF auction actually raised over $10,000. The last time I reported $9,000, it was actually $10,000, which is a great event, and everybody decided they're going to do it again next year, so start saving, everybody.
When was it? 5th Saturday of October.
Yeah, I think it's a little early to announce it, yeah.
That's cute.
As far as the tour committees, Mark Ross and myself toured, committee one toured Yakko, and we had Ms. Nichols for a portion of that tour. There's approximately 800 and plus kids, 805 or 6 students at that Yakko primary school. The new busing system, they spoke highly of, the administration did. They went from 26 buses last year to 16 buses this year on campus. So there's a lot, it's a lot easier for them to coordinate the primary kids and them getting on their proper buses, where before it was kind of a transfer station with Amboy coming over there at the same time. One item to note was the fourplex modular should be put on a fast track for a replacement at some point in time. That's the modular. We put a new roof on. I don't remember how old that building is, but pretty old. It's just about as old as the school itself. But it was a great tour. Mavis, you got anything to add to that?
Just totally agree. It was a great tour. Exciting things happening in the classrooms.
Yeah, our new assistant principal there had you could see the energy and the excitement that she was bringing there to that building, and that went into the classrooms. Mr. Ross?
Well, from a teaching and learning standpoint, I really appreciated seeing our all-day kindergarten classes in action. It was fun to see all the students engaged and the teachers excited to have their students there with them all day. And it just, every classroom that we went into, there wasn't one moment where I didn't feel that the students were really engaged in their learning, which is what we're looking for this year, and along with our strategic plan, engagement's a big emphasis for us. A lot of reading and a lot of math. It was neat to see that, although there were some really cool art projects. So just neat to see that.
Math, what was exciting to me as a math teacher was hearing good math language being used. The kids weren't just being taught, now do this and this. They were really being taught how to think about and use the language of mathematics. It was pretty exciting.
Is there any other committee reports to report on? Did I miss anybody or anything? Okay, the next item on the agenda is our upcoming board events.